10, 9. Three, 2, 1. Too bad, you gotta die. No, wait.
Hello, you can call me Un, and I became a programmer because back in school I was really bad at German. And then I learned some C++! And I was bad at that as well. But that's fine, because I like German, I actually enjoyed programming, and I spent a lot of time and effort reading and learning how to become a programmer, and actually getting into it. And eventually, with enough time and effort, I did complete my bachelor's degree, and then I did an extra year and got my master's, and now I work full-time as a software engineer. So that's good. But there are many things that would have made the whole transition a lot damn easier. And, I'm going to share some tips to get into programming, because nowadays it's very difficult. And, when you've got TV shows like CSI Miami showing you complete shit, it's a bit misleading, and it's in fact a lot easier than you think. My first tip would be to buy a structured programming book. The reasons for this is that basically you can replace so much dead time in your life, like you're traveling or you're just wasting time watching a TV show, with reading a book. You can carry it in a bag, you're at work and you've got half an hour free, read the book. It's so good for that sort of thing, and a lot of the time if you get a good one, it's going to teach you from the basics to the advanced, and you can take it as your own pace. I feel like with videos sometimes it's not structured, they're trying to pack it in like 10-minute slots and such, and it can be quite difficult to have a good set of resources compiled in one place you can have access to really easily. And a book's great from that. If you're going on holiday, yeah, you could read a fiction novel, or take your programming book. It's so great. You can learn so many things. Camping, that sort of thing, where you've got that free time, even before bed. It's a great thing, to get some sleep in. But recommend a programming book. You can get it for like £10 off Amazon. And when I actually first started to learn programming, I just bought the C++ Guide to Dummies from the library one day, and I think I remember this distinct memory of me in the back of my dad's car. We were going to the park, and it was like a 45-minute drive, and there I was sitting, feeling sick as well, because reading in a car is difficult. Just reading the C++ book, and from that point, whether I got stuck or not, it doesn't matter. I was on the track to learning. I learned about variables, those basic level things that you need to program, and I've never looked back really. In combination with this, you need to accept the fact you're going to have to learn from the bottom. Jumping in head first is only going to demotivate you in the long term. You're going to be surrounded with things you don't understand, and you're going to get to the point where you're just going to think it's too hard and give up. What you should do is spend the time to learn the basics and work your way up. That way when you get to the certain stage, you're going to know all these prior things, you're going to know what people in videos and tutorials are actually talking about. It's going to make the whole process so much easier. A good way would be to reduce the barriers of entry to get into the whole field. I'd start with either using Python, because it has some really great imports that allow you to make games and such, or web programming, because in 2018 there are so many applications of that sort of thing, and you're going to get instant feedback in whatever you do. And you see this mistake all the time. Everyone has that friend at school that's there like, oh, give me a month and some YouTube videos, and I'm going to build the next Minecraft and make $1 billion. Unfortunately, that's not actual reality, and what you're trying to do is shove 20 years of experience in about a month. It's simply not going to happen. But then what you do see is the guys like Zuckerberg and all these sort of like famous programmers that literally spent years learning something, and when they do make it big, that's when it gets rewarded. My last piece of advice would be to acquire a personal goal, not a project goal. Something like, becoming a software developer full time, just learning the ability for the sake of it, or passing an exam just so you can get onto other things. The reason why I say a personal goal and not a project goal is if you set all your hopes in one end project, like we talked about before, when you start struggling, you're just going to give up programming full stop. And that's going to be really bad for your learning. What you want to do is have small, manageable projects as you go to increase your learning. And if you get halfway and you feel like, hey, I'm bored, I'm more interested into this other field of programming now, do that, whatever keeps you motivated in programming, you know what I mean? As long as you're learning, then you're going to be acquiring new skills and eventually become a good programmer. That's my top 3 tips. If this has helped you, let me know. Leave a like, leave a sub. We do a bunch of other things. If you like computer games and that sort of thing, you know what I mean? We got all that thing kind of going off. But if you want to see more programming things, do let me know, because I'm very much down to do that sort of thing as well. Catch you on the flip side. See ya!